Hey, my village, it's your coach Mo. I am live. I'm answering some questions that I had, one question that I had last week multiple times. So I did want to go live with this question because a few people asked me the same thing when I was doing my free 15-minute sessions that I did last week. A few of you guys took advantage of it. You can still book your call. So definitely take advantage and don't miss out because it's only going to last until the end of this month. And then I'll be back in the groove of accepting new clients. I am doing new clients this month, but not as many as I normally would do. So I don't want the full schedule this month. But I'm just tagging a few people so you guys can join in. And I'll be ready to go. All right. So I think that's enough. Thank you for joining. Say hi, wave. Hey, ladies. It's me again. So it's my normal time to go live. I go live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. With a question or topic that my audience send me because I love to know what you guys want to hear, not what I want to teach you. So one of the major questions that I was asked at least 3 times last week was, how do I attract my ideal client? You guys know that I am a parenting and business coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life, as well as I work with female entrepreneurs to help them identify their ideal client so that they are able to be able to create content, products, and services to gain income in their business. So now that we got that introduction out of the way, I can get back to the topic. Hey, Tarma. So when I say ideal client, some people have asked me last week, what is an ideal client? That's like your dream client or customer that you want to work with. Like my ideal client in my business coaching is someone that's ready to put in the work. They're ready to invest in themselves. They're tired of trying to guess and play all these games, trying to figure things out on their own. Self-help don't work for them anymore because it only tell you what to do, not how to do it. So they're ready to move to the next level. They're usually new in business, so they're just starting out, or they've been in the same spot in their business for a long time and they're not generating income. And it's usually due to they're not talking to their ideal client. When you know you're talking to your ideal client, that person feel like you're talking to them. So say for instance, I'll say like, you are tired of trying to figure it out on your own. I know my ideal client know what I'm talking about because I've been that ideal client before, where I spent a whole year before I even launched my business self-doubting, trying to figure it out on my own. Like, what do you do? Content? What's content? What kind of content do I post? I went through that stage. That's why I know what they want and how they're thinking and what insecurities they have. They don't feel like they're enough or that they have enough to offer to be able to boldly stand out and say, I'm an expert. That's my ideal client as far as my business clients go. So that's why I am helping you to know how to attract your ideal client. So first, you have to make your business about them, not about you. When you know you're walking in your purpose, it's not about you. God put you in this position to teach others the struggles that you went through. So it don't have anything to do with you, but your testimonies and your struggles is what help your ideal client. God put you through all those things so that you would be able to be the living testimony to help the next person get through those same struggles. And this is what I taught last week in my challenge. Think about the struggles that you've been through that you can help the next person go through, because God didn't make you go through those things for no reason. A lot of people have experienced abuse, financial issues, stress, fear. They've overcome those things, but they hold that to themselves. Share it. Your story might help the next person. So that's what you first have to think about when you're thinking about your ideal client. You have to make sure you don't make it about you, you make it about them. They need to be able to connect to you as a person, not just as a business owner, not just as an entrepreneur, not just as an expert. We can tell them our victories all day long, but they need to know our struggles. So you definitely have to share some of your story, if not all, in pieces. It don't got to be everything all at once, because I know that's hard and it's draining. It takes a lot of energy to do that. But you have to make it about them, and it's not about you. Hey, Coach. Thank you for joining. Make sure you guys like and share this. Someone else might need this message. Another thing, give them something to actually want to watch and follow you. Like, people like, oh, I don't have enough followers. How did you get almost 5,000 followers? Or you get maxed out at 5,000, have to keep deleting. I literally started at like 800 or something followers at the beginning of last year. I don't go just following a whole bunch of people, and I don't accept all friend requests. I do vet them and like look at their page and low-key stalk them before I accept their friend requests, because I want to know, are you going to be hopping in my inbox as soon as I click accept? So, plus I get to 5,000 really quick, and I have to keep deleting 500 at a time. So those people that are just inactive and they're just clicking and adding people just because, I definitely go and delete those pages. But you have to give them something to want to follow. You can't just talk about you all day. You can't just post pictures of you making it about you. That's why I say it got to be about them. It can't be about you. So like with social media, that's how it works. Every once in a while, you can throw out pictures of you, food, family, your kids, every once in a while, but not every day. Because then you're like, okay, what is she teaching me besides looking pretty? Don't nobody want to just see you every day. They want to see, what can you offer? You say you're a business owner, you say you're a coach. Okay, what do you do? Who do you serve? Your page have to show that. You have to announce and tell them who you want to work with, who is your services for. People go looking for help, but if your page don't show them what you can help them with, they're going to keep scrolling. They're not going to follow you. Hey, Dorothy, thanks for joining. So you have to give them something to want to follow you for. Like me, my page is versatile. Like it has some of everything, especially my Instagram. Like I barely post motivation quotes, stuff like that. I do some encouraging stuff, but sometimes people know me for being the gut puncher, because I'm going to hit you where it hurt. You're going to feel it. You're going to be like, dang, she's talking about me. Oh my gosh. Because I want you to know this is real. I'm a real person. I've experienced the same thing. And I also would motivate you. I'll inspire you. My goal is to inspire at least 2 people a day. That's my goal. That's on my to-do list, literally. Inspire 2 people a day, motivate some people. But I do different things. You can do ebooks. You can offer tips. People love steps. I keep telling you guys, do 5 ways to do this, 10 ways to do this, 3 ways to do this. People want you to tell them what to do, but then they have to pay you for how to do it. So you can go seeking free advice all the time. Food pictures. Yeah, especially when you're in fitness, you do have to post workout, motivational quotes, pictures of food. You can do pictures of drinking water. It could just be a water bottle. Sometimes I post a picture of just my coffee cup in a notebook. Simple stuff like that. They know you're putting in work. People love to see behind the scenes stuff, and they love to see lifestyle photos. So they love to see what you're doing. What do you do behind the scenes? A lot of people love that, because when I went to on vacation last year, I went to Paris, London, and Italy, and I pretty much like video blog and post about the different stuff I was doing. People love that. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so inspiring. You take your son with you out of the country and you're traveling and exploring the world. I would take a picture of my workbook, because I did bring my workbook with me, like my planner at the airport, like whichever airport I was at. Because we did like 8 flights, 6 airports, 4 countries in 9 days. So at the airport, I would like Paris airport, tag the airport with my planner, my iPad, and a cup of coffee. That's it. Simple stuff like that had a lot of likes, because people just love to see lifestyle. They're like, oh my gosh, I want to be a successful coach so I could travel too. Like they want you to inspire and motivate them to know like it is possible. Another thing, you have to offer some value. So that's, when I say value, that's what I mean, like by doing tips and stuff like that. They need something to take away. People like to actually get results from you before paying for service. And that's very important, because I did notice that like If I can't use none of the free stuff that you're doing, how do I know paying you would work? It's just that simple. You want to test it out before you actually spend money. Just like when you go to some places, they let you taste the food before you buy it. It's the same thing with any other type of business. They want to see what you say work before they invest, because it's not cheap. Investing in like a coach and stuff is not cheap. And you don't want them asking you for discounts because they don't know, they're not sure if they want to work with you or not. So you do sometimes have to give away free stuff. And there's no such thing as giving away too much free stuff. I hear people say that all the time. I don't want to give away everything for free. You don't have to give them the how to do it. You can give them what to do. And they have to pay you for figuring out how to do it. So your steps, like, let's say example. I literally have a folder of like a year worth of content. Let me give an example. You can do something simple as, I'll give you an example with fitness. It can be like 4 ways to stay motivated with exercising, or 4 ways to exercise without getting bored, because you get bored sometimes of the same type of exercises. Or you can just give them, okay, today is leg Tuesday or tummy Thursday, and just give them different tips on those days. You can specify what day is going to be for what. Simple things like that. And it reminds them that, oh, this person, you got to be consistent too. Because like everybody know I go live every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It's been like that for over a year. So they know we're going to talk to Monique on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. When you're consistent and they know you're getting ready to come with some information, or you tell them bring pen and paper because you know they're going to be writing down some notes, leave them with something to take away. That's why you see some people that's on my live and they'll post a picture and tag me with their notes that they wrote. That's what you want to happen as a result of you doing a live. You want people to have a notebook with your notes in it, your tips. Another thing is, for example, think of it like this. How is only posting pictures of yourself helping your clients or potential clients? It don't help them. Also, let me see. How is posting quotes daily for like inspiration going to tell them about how you can help them? It don't. It just maybe inspire them and they say, oh, those are nice words, but it's not giving them any resolution to their problem that they're having. They need to know who you are first off. So that's why I introduce myself every week, every video, even on post, I introduce myself to remind people, this is who I am. This is what I do. They need to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. And who do you want to work with? So I let people know I work with parents and I work with female entrepreneurs all the time, as much as I can. And what results I get them, what programs or services I have. You guys see me promote at least once a day. I try to promote, even if it's just a sales call, I promote it. You have to invite them into your universe. So that's how you attract your ideal client. Make it about them, not about you. Think how they think. Put yourself in their position. Like, what would you want to see? Don't you want tips? Don't you want to know what this person can do for you before you invest in them? So offer some freebies. Do some free challenges. I just did a free challenge. Let people have a test run of how it may feel to work with you and show them quick results. That's not hard. It's really simple. Sometimes we overthink things like, oh, I have to do this. No. Me, for my 7-day challenge, I just had 7 questions. Those are common things that I have that are already in one of my packages, which is my highest business package. So my business coaching package, I just took one of the weeks from my business coaching package and made it a challenge. If you already have some packages or services, you can take a part of that 1 week out of it and make it a challenge and let them have a test run. It don't have to be a free challenge. Some people do like $27 challenge or $50 challenge, $97 challenge. It just depends, but sometimes you do have to give it away for free the first time to test it out, and then you can charge the second round when you run it again. So you do have to give away some free stuff, but it don't have to be everything. So you do put limitations, boundaries, and restrictions on it. But pretty much that's how you attract your ideal client. Make it about them, not about you. Think how they think. Think about what they will want and need. You can simply ask your audience, what is it that you want from me? Do you like challenges? Do you guys want an ebook? Do you guys like worksheets, checklists? They will let you know. My audience do. It took me a while to build my audience, and my audience is still not big to me, but it's big enough for me to get my message across. They get it, they engage, and that's pretty much it. I know who my ideal client is, even though my ideal client have changed 2 to 3 times within the last year and a half, but it's okay. You adjust with them. But do you guys have any questions or any other topics you want me to talk about? Hey, Lisa, hope you're doing better. Do you guys have any questions or topics? Y'all know I'll stay on longer if you engage. This your chance to get some free advice. You better take advantage. And just speaking of free, I am still giving my 15-minute free session. You just have to book it. I think I put the link. Yeah, I put the link in the description, and just click 15 minute. You don't have a big audience, but most of the people don't answer me on Instagram. Instagram is kind of tricky because I don't get as much engagement on Instagram, but I have had clients. They don't comment on the actual post, but they will DM me. So I do get that a lot on Instagram. I don't know if they're more shy, reserved, what it is, but I don't get as much engagement on Instagram as I do on Facebook. Like 99% of my clients have come from Facebook. Some from my YouTube channel, and some from, like, 2 of them were for Instagram, but it haven't been many. But they do inquire a lot on Instagram. So you gotta add more people that's not coaches if your ideal client is not a coach. So you don't get DMs or anything. So it's because you're new and they still are getting used to you, and you haven't started posting like content that targets your ideal client, but we will definitely work on that. And just speaking of, what I plan on doing is I'm gonna say every other Saturday. I'm not gonna commit to every Saturday, but every other Saturday I want to do a live Q&A. I'm going to start with a lot of the questions that you guys asked me. Right now I have about 30 questions written down. I'm going to try to at least teach on 5. I'm going to commit to at least 5 per Q&A session. You want to get more on your ideal client on your Facebook, but not, yeah. And you can look it up so you can see where your ideal client hang out, different groups. You can add those people, and most of the time they follow you back. So you can see, like me, I have parenting groups that I'm in. I will follow some of the people that I do engage with in those groups. So now they've joined my group and they follow me on my personal page. And I tell them to tune in to the videos. Like when people friend request me, what I do is send them a message letting them know, thank you for requesting me. I introduce myself and I let them know what days I go live and what time. So they know what day to tune in. And if they have any questions, I ask them, let me know how I can support you. You have to ask engaging questions. So it can't be like just basic yes or no, unless you're just like looking for, oh, yes, me or no me. You have to ask engaging questions. Like I'll ask, what is your niche or stuff like that? Because sometimes they'll be like, well, what is a niche? And then they'll start asking you questions, and then you get to spark up a conversation. Thanks, coach. But basically you just ask not closed-ended questions, but open-ended questions where they have to explain something. Like something simple as, do you prefer ebooks or do you prefer hardcover books? To let you know, if you want to do an ebook, your audience don't like ebooks, so it won't waste your time doing an ebook. Those are like polls that you can do, or you can do a poll is the easiest thing when you're trying to figure out what your audience want. You just give options on the poll. Like I'll ask sometimes, what topics do you like most? And I'll list like 4 topics. It can be ideal client, it can be marketing, it can be branding. What do you need help in most? Or I just ask, what challenges do you guys have that I can support you in? Sometimes I'll put it in the form of, I'm doing market research and I need you guys' help. Can you answer this question for me? You'll do a poll. Yeah, you could try it out with a poll. Because I know you deal with fitness. So people, it's a little touchy when it comes to fitness because a lot of people don't want to admit that they're not healthy or they're overweight or they need improvement when it comes to the physical sense. But you have to be strategic on those type of posts. Like me, my ideal client was moms. When I was doing It Works, I'm going to give you an example. I'll say, hey moms, don't you want to get rid of that stubborn fat after having a baby? I know it's bothering you. You got to think how they think. That's one of their insecurities. Nobody wants a flabby stomach. So I'll be like, hey, I have these body wraps. We can have a wrap party. Who's in? Raise your hand or message me. I'll do simple stuff like that. I'm posting to the right audience. Most say my things are amazing, but don't buy. You have to make sure what you're posting is something that they want. So they might like what you're posting, but it's not something that they need. So that's when you would start pretty much investigating what is it that you guys need. So that's when you can ask those, what challenges are you guys having, or do a poll on different topics that you have an expertise in and see which ones get the most likes. And then you can build content off of that post. I hope that helped or answer your question. But yeah, I can't wait I'll probably test it out this Saturday, do a live Q&A. I'm not sure what time, but I will do a poll for you guys to see what time worked best for you on Saturdays. I know it's summer, y'all got your kids. And we got to find a quiet place with the kids because I have my kid on Saturdays too. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to be involved with the live. He's like my biggest cheerleader. Do you guys have any more questions? I'll wait to see. But yeah, if you all have any topics or something specific that you want me to either give an example of or do a live video on, message it to me or you can email me. Either way, I'll get it. Even if you go on my website and click message me, it'll come up. I'll get the message in my messenger, or you can do it on my business page. Either way, because I have a ton of topics I can talk about, but I want to hear from you guys. And some of the topics are what people have messaged me about. Hey coach, thanks for joining. I'll think of something to message you. Well, we have a session tomorrow, so we're going to be on the phone forever. So we can get all that out tomorrow. Let me see. I'm going to teach probably next week on how to find or figure out your life purpose. I'm going to give you guys some questions. So that session is going to be some homework, that live. It's going to be 4 questions. I already wrote the content out, but I just haven't typed it up yet. I literally have a whole notebook full of content. So you can ask yourself questions like, what are 4 or 5 desires that your dream client want to move forward to in the future and why? Then you'll build content off of that. Just think of 4 things that your ideal client desire. Like my ideal client desire to have financial freedom, build a legacy for their kids, leave their 9-to-5, make an impact on people. Those are 4 desires that my ideal business clients have. They don't want to work for someone else forever. They want to build their own legacy for their family because most of them are moms. They're mompreneurs. They want to leave their 9-to-5, but they still want to have financial freedom to be able to travel and do all these different things and have no worries when it comes to finances. Because that's one thing like single moms worry about. Like, am I going to have enough to take care of my kids? Especially when you're not getting any financial help. I can relate because I never got child support before. My son is 10. Even though me and his dad co-parent, I don't get financial help. So that's my biggest thing. I just left my job last month to be full-time in my business. I have to make sure that I have that security. Every woman wants that financial security, even if they have to do it for themselves. So you want to make sure that You can live a comfortable lifestyle doing something you love, not something you hate, not something that's going to have you with a headache, stressed out, and you dread going to every day. You want to be able to do what you want at your time. They want that freedom of not getting permission to take vacation. They can do it whenever they want. They can work with whoever they want. They're not assigned clients because it's their business. So just think of stuff like that. That's how I build content. So each of those 4 things I can build a post on. Don't you desire to be able to have the freedom to go wherever you want, go on vacation, take your kids to see the world? They'll be like, yeah, I do desire that. Tell me more. That's what you have to do. That's how they're supposed to react to your content. Simple things like that. You can ask like, what's another question? What do your ideal clients struggle with? Like mine's, they're struggling with building content. They're struggling with who their ideal client is. They struggle with, where do I start? How do I build packages and program? How do I book sales calls? How do I close a deal? Those are the things that my ideal client think about, and it's on their mind because they're trying to figure it out on their own. They need that guidance. This helped me come up with some ideas. Oh, that's good. Thank you that I have that able to help you do that. It also makes me take a look at what I've been posting. Yeah, I was gonna do an audit on all y'all social media and be like, I don't see who you serve. You don't have it in your description. You have to make sure you have it everywhere so people can, at a first glance, know, oh, this person's a coach. This is who they serve. This is what they do. It can be small, because I know you only can do up to like 150 characters on Facebook and Instagram, but make it limit your words. That's why I helped the girls last week in my challenge. Make it short and simple. I did that for a reason, because you can add it in your social media and it won't be too many words. And it helps you build content and get directly straight to the problem. Think about what makes your services or products different from what they tried before. So some people might say, like, I'll use fitness as an example again. Oh, I tried working out, but it didn't work. Or I tried Herbalife shakes and it didn't work. So what makes your product different? You can say you might not have been using the right product. What workouts are you doing? You might not have been doing the right workouts. So you have to get deep into that type of stuff and make them really think about that. Like, you might have been doing leg workouts, but you're trying to lose your stomach. That don't make sense. You can start walking. You're still drinking and eating fattening foods. You didn't do the meal stuff. You can't just drink a shake and magically think all your fat is going to disappear when you're still eating the fattened stuff. So you have to ask those questions so they can really think like, oh yeah, that do make sense. Maybe your product will work if I'm doing it the right way. And actually have a plan. They have to have a plan. You just change your banner on both personal and business. Yeah, I update my banner probably a few times. I think I changed it a few times. Even in my group, I updated the banner. Like, whenever I feel like my ideal client is changing, I start changing stuff around. So definitely do an audit of your social media. Go to your social media page and look at what you're posting and see if you would hire you. Just simple as that. Like, look at the content and say, okay, I don't know what this person is talking about. Especially when it's all over the place, like you can't tell anything, like you don't know what they do for a living. Someone should be able to identify what exactly you do and who you serve just at a glance. At least if it's in your description bar or whatever. Like, I think I'm going to edit a little bit on my Facebook, because I think the stuff on the side, like my, what do you call those? I forgot what it's called. Oh my gosh. Hey Cherise. Oh, you just came on. I just forgot. I never went to get my shirt so that you can make my shirt. If y'all looking for your shirts to be made and y'all need cups, mugs, bottles, all that good stuff, definitely go to Cherise. And it's something that she is an expert in. I worked with her personally, and I've had products from her. I don't have anything out right now, but definitely take a look at the stuff that she has. She has a lot of options, and she can customize everything for you, and the rates are amazing. Let me see, what is it called? Like, I don't have my life events updated on my Facebook, or like ask questions and like different thumbnails and stuff that you can add to your page. So I think I'm going to update that. And like the first photos that people see, like your featured photos, you can make that an icon of your any program that you're offering at the time. So definitely just take a look at your social media and see what it says. Like, some people have their old job that they're still working, and they've pretty much stopped working. So definitely check that out and see what you have and what people see when they go to your page. Because you might not be getting your ideal client or people to purchase because they don't know what you sell. You never promote it. You never mention anything that you're selling. So definitely give them something to want to follow you for and engage on. And if you need help, hello, I'm a business coach. I help you identify your ideal client. I'm a content creator. I'll help you figure out that content. I should have added the link. I did post the link of the 14 different ideas you can have for posting on social media. You can definitely subscribe to my email list and get that free PDF. But if you run out of stuff, like you're like, I don't know what to post, you would definitely get an idea out of 14 different posts. Yes, you will. Thank you. So definitely, I'll edit this video and add that link, and so that you guys can be able to get that 14 different ideas on posting. Because it's really simple. There's more than 14, but I put the 14 most simplest ones because I don't want to overwhelm anyone on like those really drastic type of posts. But these are 14 simple, easy to follow type of posts. And you might be doing some already. Me, I try to post 3 to 5 times a day. I know some people are like, well, how do you get that much content? You can repurpose. Just like I said, like when you do, I'll put 4 ways. Like I have a example. I have 4 ways to respond to your kid's behavior. I'll do a post for each way. You don't have to do all 4 in one post. Just stretch it out, and then that'll be all your posts for that day. That's 4 posts. So just be strategic about it. Each of your posts will be each step. So they're going to keep looking to get the next step. But on the top of the post, put 4 ways to respond to your kid's misbehavior. Number 1, and then you'll do number 1 content. And then the next post, maybe 2-3 hours later, number 2. But make sure before you start posting, look at your insight. I hope you got your page as a business page. Check out your insight, especially on Instagram. It will definitely tell you what times people engage on your posts the most. So I know Instagram, mine's is busy 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 3, 6, and 9 p.m. So those are the only time I post on Instagram. And then I use Buffer, which is a free app. Once again, I always tell you guys about the free stuff. It's Buffer. You can schedule those 4 or 5 posts at those exact times for Instagram. You don't have to be involved. I will post out maybe 2 to 3 days at a time. I used to do a whole month, but I don't want to pay for the subscription for Buffer, so I only can do up to 10 posts at a time. You taking notes? So on Buffer, you only can do 10 posts for free without subscribing. But dang, I wish I had my tablet over here. On Instagram, if you go and act like you're posting and you back out and put cancel, it's going to ask you, do you want to delete the post or save as a draft? If you save as a draft, you can have however many posts you want in that draft folder. So when you go back and you click the plus sign to post a post, all your draft posts are there. They're already typed out. They're just ready to click share. So sometimes I do that, and I'll literally build up to like 60 posts already in advance. And they'll just be sitting there in draft until I'm ready to post them. So you can do that. Like me, I have certain days where I do content. My content day is Thursday. Thursday, I just spend a few hours building content, nothing but content throughout the week. I have my notebook, a regular notebook. I filled up half of this notebook in the last 2 weeks. I'll just think of a question, or people ask me a question. I have all these days of content here. I can ask each question each day, and I just, okay, today I'll share this one. Like I have one of the posts, do you whoop your children? I have a whole 2.5 pages of me writing notes about why it's not good and what you should do instead. Like, you can write down those things. Another one of my topics, busy versus being productive. I haven't wrote anything out, but I'll just write it because I know, okay, just build it out later on my content creating day. So just do stuff like that. Whatever comes to mind, notate it, write it down, build a post on it. It don't have to be a long post. Just like people always ask me, like, how do you find out your niche or your purpose? Or if this is what you're supposed to be doing, like, how do you figure that out? So I wrote down the question, how do you find your life purpose? And I started researching on that. I have another topic that I wrote down the other day. I have a notebook like that. Yeah, you're self-publishing. Literally, I'm going to try to pick this up, but I have a whole tub full of notebooks. Some of them are all my old notebooks that I go through, and these are all the new ones. I literally have 2 of these sitting right here next to my desk. But I keep a ton of notebooks. Every year when school's coming back in, Walmart sell these notebooks for 10 cents. I buy a whole case. It's only like $3 or something. So literally that's what I do. Hey, Courtney, you need to do this. Yeah, because you love the notebooks. I literally have a lot. And I have... I'm going to show you guys. I think I showed you guys last time. Walmart have these for 88 cents, the small one. It comes with 4 for 88 cents. I keep these in my car, my purse, my backpack. If I'm out to eat at a restaurant or something and an idea comes to my head, I literally pull out my little handy notebook and write. I always keep a pen with me no matter where I go. You do that too? I have so many other journals, like these journals and stuff. I have a ton, like, laying around the house. People gift them to me because they know I love journaling and building content. So, like, my old clients and new clients will literally be like, hey, coach, I need your address. They send me stuff like that for Christmas. One of my old coaches sent me another one. I haven't even opened it yet. She sent me a big notebook with a pen. Have to jot down everything. Yes, and it do help manifest it, and it keeps it fresh on your mind. I love writing stuff down because on those very productive days, I will forget. My mind will be all over the place, and I will forget. I have sometimes that pregnancy brain, and I'm not even pregnant, so I literally have to write it down. I also have another post, like, in my notebook that I haven't wrote anything on, but the idea came to my head where people always say, I'll do that, but. So I'm going to write a post or do a live on, I would do it, but, ... Hey, Nichelle. So that's going to be some more content. So it's just simple stuff like that. It don't have to be complicated. People will see, like, oh, these are the excuses your ideal client have. That's why I would write a post like that, because that's some of the excuses. People say, I'll do it, but I don't have the money. But they know I'm team no excuse. So you can tell me that but, and I'm going to give you a solution, because I'm team no excuse. You can always figure it out. It really helps when you write it down. It do. Totally off topic, but your shirt is hilarious. And you know what's funny? It says, like, if you think I'm a bitch, you should meet my sister. My sister actually got this for me, I think in the Bahamas. It was either Abu Dhabi or Bahamas when she was on vacation. But she bought it for me, and it's so funny because we're twins. But yeah, that's my hashtag, team no excuse. Because people be like, oh, I can't afford it. It don't cost you nothing to drive for Postmate, Uber Eats, Grubhub. They don't charge you to work and make money. So I'm like, I don't do the excuses. That's just the poverty mindset. You don't want to invest. it's not that you don't have the money. You're not trying to figure out a hustle. Like me, I'm team hustle. I had a hustle since elementary. I've been braiding hair since I was 10. That was my hustle in high school, middle school, elementary. I would do people individuals, braid at PE. I would not dress at PE just to braid some hair for $5 or $10. I would braid the whole football team hair, the whole basketball team. We used to sell candy, all type of stuff. My mom always taught us, team no excuse. My dad always taught us, always hustle. That's one of my topics too. Whenever I decide to do it, hustle and motivate. It was Nipsey Hussle. You got to hustle and motivate. You show people how to hustle and it motivates them to do it. And that's where my team no excuse come from. I made $10.20 today in commission. See, yeah, that's what you got to do. And you got to motivate other people. Like when I tell people there's options, you just not choosing to do it. Especially with guys, and they be like, oh, I don't have no job, but you got 30 pair of Jordans in your closet that's worth $200 or more. You better sell a pair of shoes. You're a twin. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. We have a ton of boy-girl twins in my family. But me and my sister are one of 3 sets of girl-girl twins. We were the first ones when we were 11. My cousins were born when they were 11. My twin nieces were born. And my twin nieces are 13, so the cycle broke. It stopped at them. So nobody else that's not a twin didn't have a girl-girl set of twins. But my cousin just had a boy-girl set of twins earlier this year. But yeah, it's hereditary in our family. That's why I have 1 kid. I'm not trying to set myself up. Here go another topic. Write a vision and make it plain. All you got to do is write down simple subjects and you can build 3 ways to write a vision plan. Like simple stuff like that is content. Depending on who your ideal client is. Say for instance, your ideal client is like if you're a career coach, you can give them tips on what are the most popular career fields to go in. Simple. That's a post. You can do the 3 top gross making career fields in the 3 posts. You can do it in one with me. But you try to take me at a $200 a day, $80 more, I could change your life. That part. Oh my gosh. You think like me, Courtney. Oh my gosh. I had to school some, I call it, well, I'm from California. I'm from Compton in LA, but I call it the LA mentality, where people would rather have suited and booted on Jordans at the bus stop, but be like, I can't afford a car. I'm like, 1 pair of your Jordans is a car note, but you're in line getting Jordans and you're on the bus. That is a car note. I had to school them like 1 pair of your Jordans is a 3-day cruise to Mexico. It's that poverty mindset. Really? Oh my gosh. I didn't know you was from California. It's about having an obedience mindset. Yes. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. But it's crazy how people think. They always quick to say, oh, I can't afford it, but you're eating Starbucks every day. It's just you don't want to sacrifice for your future, for your career, for your own business, yourself. No excuses. If you really are passionate, you really want it, you're not going to cry about what you don't have or what you can't afford. You're going to figure out how to get it. Even if you got to ask some people, I could teach you how to make that money right back within a week or 2 and help you book and close a call. But it takes for you to take the first step. I don't coach for free. I give enough free stuff. So it's like, I always tell people, that's an excuse. My son, no, he's 10. He's no, do not come to me with excuses because we will figure it out. And that's just real stuff. I teach him not to have that mindset because he know my mom and dad will grind and we're both full-time entrepreneurs and we go hard and he know. Be like, you better sell some of your little games you can get on your YouTube channel. We'll figure out, like, he wants to build a YouTube channel, so we're teaching him how to build and create a YouTube channel that can potentially turn into his own income source. You will never sleep peacefully if you don't make money. Yeah, you're supposed to make money while you sleep. I like waking up to PayPal alerts saying you've been paid, invoices have been paid. That's a great feeling. You're supposed to make money while you sleep. And that's why I like try to teach people like me, even though I have a service-based business, I have products that I don't have to be involved in. I have ebooks, I have icebreaker cards. People can go on my website and purchase those. I don't have to be involved in it. My icebreaker cards, I might have to ship them, but the ebook they can just download. Those are things I don't have to be involved in. I can make money from those while I sleep. And it's simple. You can write an ebook. It don't cost anything to write an ebook. So that's another thing I tell people. You can start off selling ebooks. That was my first product before I had services and programs. I only had my $7 ebook that was actually a freebie for 2 weeks before I put it on my website for $7. So again, team no excuse. Hey, Angie. But yeah, the icebreaker cards, I don't have to hold a whole inventory. When they order it, I let them know, please allow 2 weeks because it's coming from China. All I have to do is order it from the distributor and ship it out. I don't have to have a ton of inventory sitting here taking up space in my house. Gotta let that PayPal bling. Yes. Yes. But yeah, it's so simple. We make it hard. We make it complicated because we like to psych ourselves out. We have that self-doubt. And that's what we have to get out of. We have to get rid of the fear. Fear is not from God. We have to believe in his promise. He didn't put us in this position to help other people and not going to help lead us to get to that, those results and helping those people. He's going to help us as long as we're trying to help ourselves. You already know what I'm going to say next. Faith without work is dead. And that's true. That's why I focus on my prayer journal every day. Every time I feel fear, I go to every quote, every scripture in the Bible that had something to do with fear. Like my Bible app, if you type in the word fear, it brings up every scripture that's talking about fear. I wrote all those down in my prayer journal. So I have a page for fear. I have a page for faith. So whenever I'm doubting faith and I'm struggling to have faith, I go to my faith page. I had to go to it today and just keep reading them same scriptures over and over and over until I feel like I'm overcoming that doubt and I know that God is going to make a way. Because it's hard when you become a full-time entrepreneur. It's only been 3 weeks for me. I don't know where my next client is going to come from, but I know God is not going to leave me out there hanging. He know I got bills to pay. He don't want me to be homeless. So self-doubt is real. It is real. And it's a mental thing, because the same place emotions come from, so does pain, hurt, fear. It all come from the same place. So it's mental. So if you think it, it will happen. If you think positive things, that's why every night I read all my affirmations. I write gratitude in my gratitude section of my journal. And then I write out a prayer or a journal. And I look over my different scriptures for if I have worry, I go to the worry section. If I need strength, I go to the strength section. What else I have? Parenting, because there's quotes on parenting, and I drop that on my kid all the time. God said, obey your mother and father. Like, I would go there with him. He know he didn't bring you this far to leave you. He sure didn't, and that's one of my favorite songs. He would make a way. Then I turn on my Our Minds Are So Powerful. It is, and that's another live that I'm doing. Power of the Tongue in the Mind, because you can psych yourself out of your blessing. And the power of our tongue. If you always speaking positive things will come to you, positive vibes. But I definitely have to go through my affirmation list daily. Sometimes a few times a day. I have to have a conversation with God like 3-4 times. Like, okay, God, I hear you. You told me to quit my job. Like, where are these clients coming from? Like, we be having our discussions all the time. And then, have you guys ever experienced, I was going to ask this on my page, but have you ever experienced, the only way I can describe it is a download from God, where he just download a bunch of messages to you. and you just got to write to keep up with him. But he would cloud, like when you're not distracted and you have meditated, your mind is clear, God would download. Like I always pray for, what do you want me to tell my ideal client? What do you want them to know? What do they need to hear right now? He would download messages to me where I just have to sit here distraction free and just write to keep up with the thoughts that he's downloading to me. Have you guys ever experienced that? Because I was so overwhelmed today. I literally cried twice getting all this stuff from God. He just kept sending message after message. That's why I got to keep my notebook. I have to keep writing stuff down just to keep up with it. Because I'll be watching TV and a message would come through and it'll be like, you this. And it's talking to me. And I'm like, is this the message you want me to give to them? Or do I need this message? But this happens to me all the time. And it overwhelms me sometimes. I get overwhelmed with confirmation, overwhelmed with joy. It's just like, I don't know, it's powerful. It's really powerful. But that's where my content comes from. Some of my programs, I have no idea of the program. Like I'll look through the program. It's built, it's in PDF form. It's 40 pages long. And it was a download from God. It was something that he wanted me to give my ideal client. That's how I went back into doing business coaching. My whole business package, God gave me that. It was all from him. I don't even remember how it was birthed. I just remember writing a whole lot and just trying to keep up. And voila, it was something amazing. But definitely clear your head. Hey coach. Definitely meditate. I meditate probably twice a day, where I just sit in silence. It could be in the dark. Sometimes I turn my salt lamp on, sit in the dark and just close my eyes and just be quiet. Sometimes I'm sitting on my yoga mat or my yoga ball and I'm just laying there, not thinking of anything, just relaxing. And I start getting messages, and I always ask them, just show me what you want me to do, where you want me to go. You lead me. I'm being obedient. I'm following you. I'm believing in your word. I believe in your promise. You're saying everything I was telling people all day. Oh my gosh. I love when I be in sync with people, because it's so amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I get like that with my clients sometimes in sessions. I'm feeding into them and they're feeding into me. And our vibration is just on point. And it'd be so powerful because I'll be so emotional, like I'm being coached when I'm coaching them, but we're both feeding off of each other, and it's powerful. It's crazy. But God put you where he wants you to be, and he would tell the people he needs to tell you the message he's trying to get to you. Also, like, I scared my supervisor the day I quit. Like, it's crazy because I was like, when God is trying to get a message to you, or the universe is trying to speak to you, you'll keep seeing the same number every day. Usually it's your birthday. I would see my birthday all the time. I'll look at the stove. It's my birthday. The radio. It's my birthday. The clock. It's my birthday. That's the universe trying to speak to you. So that's when you need to, I call it peace, be still. Be still, be quiet, and distraction free at peace. You heard this is helpful. I'm happy it is. But yeah, when I was quitting and I told my supervisor that, she looked at the stove and it was her birthday. She was like, oh my gosh, like, you're scaring me now. It was just something God told me to tell her. That wasn't even my intention of talking to her. I was letting her know that I'm not coming back and I quit right now. But then I started getting a message from him to say certain things. And then sometimes you just got to say it. You got to be a servant of God. He will let you know. And he will bring you to his people. He'll bring the right people to you. I've been saying my birthday every day. Oh my gosh. That means you need to be still. I know you're a busy bee. Be still and just be in a place of peace. Wherever your place of peace is. Sometimes mine is just sitting in my closet, or sitting in my room, or just sitting in the tub with my Epsom salt and my oils, my lavender oils, and I'm just relaxing and quiet in the dark. And I'll light candles all around the tub and just relax. But I'll have a notebook next to the water, next to the tub, just in case I have to write something down, or I'll get my phone and do voice memos just so I won't miss what he's trying to tell me. You've experienced this today. Oh my gosh. See, that's amazing. And I didn't even know I was going to say that, but I just felt like it needed to be said. Oh my gosh, you guys. The time, account number, license plate. See, the universe is trying to get in sync with you. That means you're too distracted and you need to be still. Is your childhood address? That might be a site, Sandra. You should look that up. I always do dream interpretations. Ever since I was in grad school, y'all know I'm a psych major and a research psychology major. And that's what I have my degree in. I have a book by Sigmund Freud about dream interpretations. And when you see certain things, because God do send me a lot in my dreams, so I sleep with a notebook in my bed because I'll wake up and like write something down and then go back to sleep. Like he literally be like, get up and wake up. And I literally be up like 3 or 4. Those are spiritual hours between, I think, 2 and 6 a.m. So I always wake up every day. People be like, why are you up so early? It'd be 3, 4 in the morning. I can't sleep in after 5 because that's when I get all my content. So it's really amazing. I was texting myself if I'm not buy a book. I used to do that, or I'll email myself or write in notes. Confirmation. See, that's crazy. Because a few of you guys are saying that, so it was meant for you guys to be on this live. It sound like your mom. Yeah, but he get his message across one way or another. He telling y'all peace be still, and I'm waiting for my article to come in the magazine, because y'all know I did the Christmas one for the Empowering Women to Speak Out December edition. So I told some of you guys I did the May edition as well, where crazy how it happened, but that was my biggest time where I was struggling with my faith. And then the magazine owner reached out to me. He was like, hey, you want to do another article? So the article that I did was 3 ways to strengthen your faith. That was nothing but God, because he wanted me to research and study. And that's where I started building my prayer journal. But that's the article that I have in the May issue. It's 3 ways to strengthen your faith, which is so crazy because I am not like a super Christian. Actually, I was baptized Catholic, but at the age of 10, my mom let us pick our own religion. So we started going to a Christian church, but I was never baptized Christian. But it was just amazing. Like, I have my own personal relationship with God. He's always been so amazing to me. But ever since I stopped working, I was going to do a video about it because people ask me, like, what drove you to that point? It was God. He just kept telling me. And I wasn't being obedient, but I had to suffer consequences for not being obedient and doing what he told me to do. Because I scheduled my exit date December 28th of last year. But I decided to stay on at my job. And I promised them that 2019 I wasn't going to work for anybody but myself. And I was going to live in my purpose. But I was scared. Doubting faith, everything, because I was like, I just moved into a bigger place. I'm paying twice as much as I was paying at my old apartment. So I stayed on. December 31st, I was diagnosed with anxiety because I was having panic attacks and everything. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I haven't had a panic attack since I was pregnant over 11 years ago. So I didn't know what was going on to why I was starting to get sick and have anxiety and like social anxiety. I was super nervous on my lives, like can't be still, sweating like crazy. And then come February, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So he was making me sick because I stayed on my job and I only felt sick when I had to go to work. So I would not be sick when I'm not at work. It was only when I clocked in that I had headaches every day. I was stressed out. I will feel nauseous or like I'm going to pass out. I would black out at work while I'm looking at the computer screen. I work at home. He made my place of peace, which is home, like hell because I work from home. So the longer I stayed on, the worse it got. I never had to take medication for the diabetes. She's like, you just have diabetes. So if you lose weight, then it'll probably go away. But the longer I stayed, the more sick I got. Till I was calling off work, I was starting to get written up. I had the best attendance in the whole company last year. Like I had always had great attendance. And it was amazing how it worked. That because I didn't listen to him and do what he said, I started getting sick. Literally. But guess what? As soon as I left, I haven't been sick since. No headaches. Nothing. You know, you guys, I was popping pain pills every day. And I don't even take medication. Like, I don't do pain medicine. But it was so unbearable till I was taking medicine where that's something I never do. Because I'm a licensed pharmacy tech. That was something I was so against once I found out the long-term effect. I was like, I'm not trying to be on dialysis and having kidney and renal failure. Because of the long-term effects of pain medicine, anything with acetaminophen in it. But not listening and not being obedient. And when I finally came to work that day, the whole day, I was sick to my stomach. Something kept telling me, don't go to work. And I clocked in anyway and was sick. Not feeling good. It almost felt like I was being paralyzed, like he was going to stop me one way or another. Like clicking the mouse, everything was just painful to do. And then I just told my supervisor, I can't do it. I last maybe an hour. And I was like, I can't do it. Because something just overcame over me and was like, listen to what I'm telling you. Stop. And then after I was getting blessed with unexpected finances, like money, I got a PayPal transaction from a settlement from a doctor that I don't even know. But it was God, like, here you go. You was worrying about how you was going to pay bills and where your next client was going to be. And I just kept getting unexpected money. Then last week, I got like a few new clients because I asked God for 10 clients. So far I'm at like 3, but he has been so amazing. Then you stepped out on faith and became an emotion coach. Oh my gosh, practitioner. Oh God. Yes, he do. If you do what he say you would do, he would keep his promise. You better testify. What? I don't know. I haven't got tested yet, but I don't feel like there's anything to worry about anymore because I feel like my normal self. I haven't had anything dealing with the anxiety or anything anymore. I feel better than I did before all the diagnosis started coming through. So it's amazing. Like, you have to listen to him. And when he's trying to get to you, remember those numbers. The universe is trying to tell you. Listen to him. Because he will make your life a living hell if you don't. Just to be like, okay, you got to learn the hard way. Because that's how I was. But it's amazing feeling. Some days I have my struggles where I'll be like, did I make the right decision? And then some days I'm like, if I tried to look for a job, then God will block it. He's telling me, no, I told you I don't want you working for nobody else. Serve my people. Help my people build their legacy. Help them have that freedom. Motivate them to let them know they can do it. And just have faith. Believe in his promise. So that's what I'm doing. And that's why I started doing my free challenge, because he told me to do that too. I wanted to be able to re-motivate, just in case someone was losing faith in their business and they didn't want to do it anymore and they're lost, they're frustrated. I did my free challenge just to reactivate that faith in people. He do want us to have plenty. He do. And then like some of the encouraging words and supporting everything that these ladies did in my 7-day challenge last week, it was so amazing. It uplifted me. It was also a confirmation to me that I'm doing the right thing, because they needed it. And it's like, it helped both of us, because that motivated me to keep pushing forward. And then it motivated them to be like, oh my gosh, I've been struggling with this for this long, and you just gave me the gateway to what I needed. Like, this is what I needed. So it's so amazing. Just let your people know. Show up boldly. They need you too. So I need you guys to stop doubting yourself. Have faith. And just do it. Do it scared. I do it scared every day. Literally. People be like, but it don't look like you're nervous on your videos. Usually I have to have, like right now I have to have the house freezing with the air conditioner on so y'all won't see me sweating because I do get nervous. But I know it's needed. So I know I got to do my part. And it helps. It motivates people. So definitely keep pushing forward and definitely be a motivator to someone else. Inspire people. Try to help people as much as you can. You don't have to give everything away for free, but just give a little bit of advice. That helps and go a long way. And continue to stay in the spirit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But did you guys have any other questions? I'm just like, y'all don't have me testify and everything else. But do you guys have any other questions? We can do that. Thank you. But yeah, let me see. Sorry, you guys. I just got a message from my sister. She's like, the mayor just posted me on her Instagram. Go check it out. You answered questions I didn't even know I had. Oh my gosh. See, I love that. I love that, Sharice. We had a moment. Y'all, I had so many moments today. I swear to God, like I was so overwhelmed earlier. I think I have 2 other programs coming. All the information that got loaded on me earlier should be a few more programs. Because this month was supposed to be focusing on the men, but I asked them what do they need help with 2 times, and they haven't said anything. So if y'all know any fathers or men, period, this is Father's Day month. They need our support more than anything. And I want to be able to support them. I do have some topics that I want to go live about because now that I'm full-time in my business, I can go live any day now. Oh, thank you. This is needed. Thank you. But if you know any men, let them know I'm here to support. This is their month. I do want to do I Am My Brother's Keeper. I was thinking of doing a challenge with them and letting it be free. It was supposed to be it is a program, but God has put on my heart to offer it for free this month for the men because they need it. They need our heart. I mean, they need our help. And they need our heart too. They need some love because a society beat them up enough. They don't need to deal with the stress from us. So I definitely want to pick up some, give them just some motivation because of what I've been doing in my research, the suicide rate for men has gone up a lot in the last 5 years. And it's usually because their egos are tied to everything. If their kid is getting taken away, they don't want to live anymore because they don't want to live without their kid. If their relationship fails, if they lose their job, they don't have no money. Their pride and their ego is tied into those materialistic things or people. So their suicide rate has went up a lot ever since the economy started going in different directions and people are getting laid off, losing their job. It's been so crazy. Wow, that heart. Oh, really? I'm going to have to look that up because I got my Audible app. I'm reading a lot of books, listening to a lot of books. But I'm going to definitely have to check that out. I'm going to write that down. Wow, that heart. But yeah, I wanted to do I Am My Brother's Keeper is to help those fathers, even those fathers that are absentee fathers, is helping them reestablish a bonding connection with their child. I'm teaching them how to talk to the mom. So parent coach coming out again, how to talk to the mom, to not have confrontation, to be able to make it feel like she have options, but they're actually making a decision. So I'm helping them out a little bit because you can't you can't demand. You have to make it seem like they have an option in order to get your way. And I'm going to teach them how to do that. Being a co-parenting expert, there's some tips and tricks for them to be able to get their way where make her feel like she had a choice. But I wanted to help them build that connection with their kid again because a lot of them, I know a lot of fathers that are entrepreneurs, they work to provide, but they're missing out on their child's childhood. So I'm trying to teach them how to reconnect and reestablish that connection, because it's very important that they're active and involved in their child life. They need to take their child out on little dates. It can be movie night, date night. Like my son go with his dad. Now that it's summer, he go with his dad 4 days a week instead of 3. So that bond and connection, it took 9 years to get there, to get help, and for me to get a break and some days off. But that has changed my son's life drastically, having his dad there and involved on a daily or weekly basis. He's like, Mom, my dad is teaching me how to cook, because I don't cook Belizean food. He's Belizean. But he's like, my dad is teaching me how to cook Belizean food, and they're just having fun. We go to, full night every Wednesday, and me and him have pizza Fridays. We have movie nights. So it's good for them to have that bonding time with a male figure, because his dad is military. So he's yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am. I'm not allowed to open the door. He has to open the door. His dad would have me open the door for me to get in and out of the car. Like, he teach him those things, how to be a gentleman, paying for stuff. My son buy me stuff now. Like, we both, like, he drives for Uber and Lyft, and I drive for Lyft whenever, like 2 or 3 days a week. But we give our cash tips to my son. So he have money. So he'll be like, Mom, I bought you a gift today. Like, it's so cute. Even though gifts are not my love language, it's his. But he's teaching him how to be a provider. He'd be like, Mom, I could pay for it myself. Like, I'll pay for our dinner. I want to take you out to lunch. So he do stuff like that. He'll save his money for whatever he wants. But we teach him how to budget and how to set a goal and how much he need to save per week to be able to get whatever he want to purchase. But even though he's only 10, you have to teach him that stuff. Checking account. He know how to use a debit card. All that stuff. So he know how to access his bank account to budget and see what's in there, how to balance it and keep everything on track. But we have to be the example for our kids, but they do need to see it from both sides. Yes, I'm the nurturer and he's a disciplinarian, but me and him are able to be in a position where we marry our 2 different parenting styles to be in the same agreement of don't whoop him, talk to him first, see what happened, and then he know when it's a major consequence, he might get his butt whipped. But I try do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. That's what we had when we were younger. We got whooped, but it was one person got in trouble. We all got in trouble. So we were all held accountable. So that's why we're big accountability people, partners now, because we hold each other accountable. When we know we see somebody messing up, we would check them, because that's how it was when we were a kid. If you knew somebody was about to mess up and you was going to get your butt whipped because of it, you check them. You don't let them mess up. And even though we're in our 30s now, we still do the same thing. Like, hey, you need to get it together. But we had to watch each other. We line up. Everybody get whooped. Everybody had to do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. We didn't have no childhood obesity. So that was our form of punishment, and it kept us healthy. So definitely tell the guys, reach out to them, tag them, let them know to message me if they have a topic they want me to discuss. I can definitely do a live on it. Mama 5. Virtual for dads to show up for the son. Yes. See, I have 4 brothers. I have 6 if you include my bonus brothers. But I only have 1 sister. It's no joke, for real. And if we stopped, we had to start all over. So we had the little cuts on our arms and stuff. We had a 6-pack of abs because we were all in sports anyway. Like, my cousins played football and basketball. We all were in the marching band. The girls were all in cheerleading or dance, and we all were in the choir. We did every performing arts. So they were all there to all our performances. Like, my dad recorded us in parades. My uncle had videos of us at all the games. We have a big, tight-knit family. That's why my group is called It Takes a Village to Raise a Child, because my village is my biggest part of my business. My mom do the editing for my ebooks. She's a business administration major, and my sister helps me critique my videos. She's a business marketing major. And then me, I'm the only psychology major. Then I have cousins as teachers, lawyer, paralegal, like real estate, One of my cousins own a gym. The other one do hair. We're all entrepreneurs in my generation. My sister's a celebrity chef, and it's just amazing. We grew up with all the men being providers and entrepreneurs. I never really seen them work a regular 9 to 5, but the women were stay-at-home wives, going to college, because we used to go to school with them. We didn't have we planned our own summer. No. We was on the college campus in the class with our parents in the summer, or we traveled. We traveled a lot. We'd go camping, do all type of trips. That's why I teach my son traveling now and educate him. We don't just go somewhere and he don't know and get educated on where we're going and have to do research. Because when your mom's a research psychology major, you're going to make your son research stuff too. Like, you want to go to Paris? Okay, look up some stuff in Paris and we'll go visit it. But you need to know about it before we go. But I think I kept you guys long enough. Dang, it's been over an hour. I went live at 6. So yeah, I haven't done a long video like this in a while. Besides in my challenge group, Sunday, we did over an hour video. But Facebook don't even tell you the time anymore. They changed that with the update. But if you guys don't have any more questions, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely send me a message with topics that you want me to discuss. And if you have some men, tell them, hit me up. Message me, whatever support they need, and I'm going to start promoting the free I Am My Brother's Keeper 7-day challenge to help the men. And hopefully they want to make change, make their life easier. They might be able to get rid of some child support. It was good. Thank you guys for staying with me that long, because y'all been on for a while with me. But I hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to go relax as usual. But have a good day. I know it's late for some of you guys. So get some rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.